What's up, guys? It's Boondocks. Today I'm going to be showing you my assassin build. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of playing the assassin, mostly because I'm not a melee character player. If you watch my Krieg video, I already talk about why I don't like to play Krieg as melee. The main reason I don't like to play Zer0 as melee, even though it's by far his most damaging tree, and it also gives really cool damage returns if you're using an eviscerating ruby or an eviscerating grog nozzle. Plus the rapier 200% bonus damage is ridiculous when you incorporate some of his other abilities like killing blow. And he always has the health return whenever he gets a kill from resurgence. So that's really Zer0's only health regaining abilities, outside of going into deception and regenerating 4% for 5 seconds. Or 4% per second for 5 seconds. That's only 20% of your health that you're getting back. Not very much, and because of that, I think it's a little bit weaker. So, unfortunately, his sustain isn't nearly as good as some of the other characters in the game. Sirens, for instance, can go through their harmony tree and have constant health regen. Gunzerkers can dual wield, with one hand having it on a grog nozzle or a ruby to just constantly keep giving your health back. Axton has massive amounts of constant health regen, and Krieg has his Hellborn tree. Well, Krieg actually has it in every tree that he has health regen. Gage has Blood-Soaked Shields, not for the health regen, but just instant shield recharge, which is kind of devastating. But the way I like to run my Zer0 is as a shotgun Zer0. Having the butchers right here, and I also have 2 other butchers on standby. I then have the double penetrating on Kept Herald because why not? It's an awesome weapon. And then Norfleet for my second wins. For my shield, I use an antagonist. Antagonists are really nice because of the capacity. The delay is not all that great, but it's all about the deflect chance. It has the 50% to deflect bullets, doing bonus damage with each bullet that hits, and it reduces damage pretty much like the Rough Rider. On top of that, it launches out those slagging, homing balls of death. For my class mod, I have my legendary Hunter class mod. Gives you the cooldown reduction, and that's the big thing about this, because you want to be in your deception as much as possible. So, on top of that, the bonuses that it gives aren't all that great. I would actually like them a little bit further in the tree. But the reload speed is kind of important because you're going to chew through your ammo really fast. And the 10% when you go into Deception will boost it up to 30% health regen if you wait for Deception to run all the way through. I currently have the wrong relic on. Not that big of a deal. Just put on my Hyperion Allegiance, because I'm going to be using the Butcher. Hyperion weapons, then I'll gain 39% bonus and reload even faster. For skills, fast hands, getting that reload speed up, and being able to swap out. The shields down, not that big of a deal. In all honesty, the points in these trees come more from the fact that, one, ambush, if you're going to be playing with other players, can be very effective, and you could get behind enemies pretty realistically through deception and get that bonus damage. Fearless, it's really just a way to advance. You can take the points out from here, and I wouldn't put them in the counter-strike, but unforeseen, when the hologram explodes, that shock damage will kill weaker enemies or at least drop their shields, and that happens even on OP8. Then Innervate. That bonus movement speed is really good to get in close with your Butcher. Gives you the increased damage, of course, and the health regen, which I've already talked about. I actually skipped Two Fang. Usually, this is one of my favorite abilities on Zer0, but with the Butcher's special ability of regenning ammo as you're firing it, it doesn't actually regen your ammo. It adds in extra rounds to your current stock. So because of that, if you're using Two Fang, you have a chance of firing extra shots before you have that regen effect come into play. Then Death Blossom, because throwing out Kunai, it seems like it actually drops off a little bit at the higher levels. The chances of slagging, nowhere near as good, since it's a random element type. It gets kind of annoying. You have to land all 5 on an enemy to make it worthwhile, and other players can pop your death mark. It's all in all just kind of annoying, but extra damage all around. Headshot, because you always want to be trying to go for crits. I'm not very good at it, but it is what it is. Bonus 40% damage from crits. Pretty awesome. The kill skill, critical hit damage and reload speed, getting more and more reloads, so that way you can just keep firing down range. Velocity makes you shoot your bullets faster. They actually travel quicker, though the Butcher doesn't have any real issue with that to begin with. But you're getting more crit and gun damage. Those are really just throwaway points. But Boar is pretty nasty. If you haven't played around with Boar, I definitely recommend it. You can even go online and search for certain videos that show you pretty funny ways that Boar kills certain bosses, like Bunker or Hyperius or oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah, oh my god, what the fuck? The last robot from Digistruct Peak, the one with the crazy 0011 whatever. Over here in the Bloodshed tree, this is just throwaway points, increasing your maximum health. That's really the only benefit you get from it. Grim helps recharge your shields and reduces the cooldown whenever you get kills. Be Like Water, not too effective, though your kunai do count as melee strikes, so you'll get the bonus gun damage after firing it. Or since you're going to be using the Butcher most of the time, which requires you to get in close, you can melee strike an enemy just to both get the death mark and get the Be Like Water bonus hit. Follow Through is amazing. That bonus movement speed lets you jump between enemies and gives you that nice, very nice plus 30%. And then, Like the Wind, just a fun all-around damage increase. Plus, I like seeing extra things proc on my bottom. So, pretty much that's Melee Zero. So, let's, not Melee Zero, Shotgun Zero. I've already pissed off some enemies. Let's see how I deal with them. Throw that out. And yeah, see, that's part of the reason why I just don't think Zero is nearly as strong as some of the other characters. But his movement speed and getting from one kill to the next is pretty devastating. If you're in a group with other players, Shotgun Zero is just a lot of fun to play because you're just running all over the battlefield while your teammates are just trying to keep up. Plus, if you have a player on your team that is more of a tanky type class, they'll get so much aggro off of you, and then your, what is it? I always call it the shark ambush. Your ambush will do that extra damage, and Zero will stay alive. But since he doesn't have that health regen, you have to use I use the longbow slag singularity just in order to get the benefit and get my heals all the way back up. If you looked, because of the Butcher's special ability, I was able to continuously fire at this lunatic here. Put all my death marks on him, wait for the last second, pop out. The reason you wait for the last second is your Deception actually gives you an increased damage to your next shot or melee ability, depending on how much time is left. The less time there is, the more damage it does. So, throw out some singularities to try to slag as many. Why the heck can't I get on a freaking ladder? Seriously? Making myself look like a pro right here. Yeah, honestly, the only reason I don't do Melee Zero is I'm not good at the mechanic part of it. I understand how to play it. It makes total sense to me, but pretty much like the first time after prom night, I get to the point where it's time to use it, and I just have anxiety or something. I don't know, performance anxiety, I guess you would call it, because I can't get it to work for me. Happened before in college as well, when I drank just a little too much Jack Daniels one night. That's a story for another time. Or if I ever try to write a book like Tucker Max, though some of my crazy shit doesn't compare. If you haven't read I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, definitely something you need to go out and either buy or trade. It's one of those books that gets passed around, especially in the military, because it's fun to read, especially when you're underway and there's nothing else to really do. So really, all this comes down to is trying to stay in your deception as often as possible. The best way of doing that is to get kills, and then as soon as it's off, pop right back in. Okay, I gotta bust out this, so this little bastard. Got the grenade. Screw this guy. Oh shit. Shit and die. And that's why double penetrating on Kept Herald is nasty. Another way that I run Zer0 is pretty similar to this. In all honesty, all you'd have to really do is swap out these two items and then switch over to some pistols, because overall the build is pretty much the same. Yeah, I can't really see any place that I would really change it. I might put more points into one shot, one kill, just in case you decide to use an infinity. But here, I'll bust it out real quick. Basically what you want is a Shadow Stalker class mod to give you that follow-through increase and rising skill shot increase. I'm going to try the rising skill over follow-through more. And then you switch back over to your Sheriff's Badge. Now you won't be able to stay in Deception nearly as often, but you'll be able to bust out with better weaponry, in my opinion. I do like playing with the Butcher, though. Don't get me wrong. But the pistols, they're just pretty overpowered, all things considered. Like, normally, in most games, you would consider a pistol to be nowhere near as powerful as they are portrayed in this game. Why the hell can't I get up that friggin' ladder? But, I mean, with the double penetrating, you just throw out so much ammo, plus Zero's massive reload speed, and look how fast I'm moving whenever I get a kill. Then of course I have the Hornet here. That's for dropping armored targets, just from the insane proc chance of your corrosion. And then I have Thunderbolt Fist, because that splash damage drops shields like nobody's business. This will probably be my last little area that I show, so just a little bit extra. You like stopped attacking my target. That just casually starts walking away and shit. Guess you figured you didn't have to fucking worry about me. Wrong conclusion. Sorry. So you definitely got to make sure you keep slagging enemies as often as possible. And also, whenever your shields are down, make sure you have your longbow singularities, O negatives there. You want them to be, not singularities, your O negatives, you need them going out at all times. Damn it, I have to agree. When you do go to fire a Hornet, make sure you are zoomed in so that way you get the burst, because otherwise it's a clicky and that's annoying. Or burst fire since it's a doll. And all doll weapons have that. So of course you could also throw in a fire pistol if you want to run a Zer0 pistol build. In fact, I highly recommend that you find a fire pistol, because you can light these little fleshy bastards on fire, and then that just equals faster kills. But with the double penetrating on Kept Herald, it's pretty fast as it is. And keep tossing out grenades, try to keep people slag. Now, if you want to ensure slag, then you can always rock a magic missile. The issue that I have is Zer0 needs that health regen, which I've already talked about. Oh shit, that's right in the... yeah. That was right in my face. And this guy's not very good to kill. Oh, there's another one. Awesome. Oh shit. Reload. If you've watched my Axton build, I talk about how the Norfleet, when you're downed on Axton, is just as powerful because you can reload it just as fast as he normally does. Whereas compared to Zer0 here, when I got downed, I lost any and all of my kill skill reload potential. And because of that, if you don't kill an enemy with your first Norfleet shot with Zer0, you have a much higher chance of not making it back up. That can be pretty stressful.
True world revealed. Weakness is now known to me. Time to go to work.
Just gotta kill Mad Mike real quick. I need more of my grenades to be exploding. You see what I mean though? With his lack of health restore, it's just too easy to die in Zer0. If anyone that's watching this has a better way of building it, feel free to leave any suggestions. I like having characters that are powerful in all situations, solo and as a team. The way that I play Zer0 though seems like I need a team. And that's just less interesting for me, though I usually only play with other players. Anyway, have fun, good luck, peace.